Okay, so for those of you who has not been able to get any traction on the project, this is something that can a simple one that can get you kick-started. Okay, so look at these routines here. This is very much just a simple routines, which start with is the regular LEDs and the keys, and have a routine for delay in the milliseconds. And then we got our LED stuff, which is not going to be used in the code I'm going to show you. So what I did is I using a simple polling, the key polling method, and this key polling method very much is going to return a short S and for short keys, and return a L for long keys. So this routine is called key get, and return a character. Okay, have no parameters coming in. So the routine is going to continue to wait until somebody hit a key. And so this first line is while P1 in and key is looping and until the key is placed. So this is a idle loop. It's just keep waiting, keep polling until somebody hit a key. Then after you hit a key, we will delay for 1500 milliseconds. And this is try to figure out it's a long key or it's a short key. So yes, it's not very accurate in this scenario. However, this is just something simple and easy to get you kick-started, okay? And later on, you should try to get more precise on those. How do you detect the separations between the short and long keys? For example, you can use the timer interrupt to figure out what's the time of the rising edge and the falling edge, as Derek has mentioned in his in the project. Okay, so if somebody hit the key, we get here and we delay for 1500, and then if the key is still there, that means it's still get placed down, then it's going to return L, return the longer one. Otherwise, it's going to return the short one. So just a simple key get routines. Okay. So once you get the key get routines, the rest of the stuff is that the main program here is, well, let me go back to the main program. So the main program is stopwatch dog timer, set up that LED's directions and the key directions, turn off the LEDs and enable the input pull-out registers. I think you should know about this by now. Okay, so the important part is these three pieces. These three pieces is that we create a character sequences, character array, to store that the short or long key sequences coming in. And the character X is just a temporary thing. Okay, I was trying to use a string, as we discussed in the previous decoding, but the string doesn't seem to work in the C++ CCS, so I haven't been able to get it to work. I will look into it more. Okay, and the integer is really that the indexes to the arrays. So array 0, array 1, array 2, and this is the n. So I don't have any state machine here, okay, which I think you should try to do, but just to demonstrate that what this key get routine can get you started. Suppose I have a state of 0, and this is our state loop, the forever loop on the different states. Then if it's a state 0, which is my initial state, I just go ahead and blink the LED so I know what's going on here, and then have a key get, okay, get a key, and to put a key into the sequences array and then increment the array index. So every time you hit a key, it's going to come out with a short or long out of this. Okay? A simple program, and just to run it to show you how this whole thing works. Okay. So I got it started, and then I set up a breakpoint. The breakpoint is set right here. Okay, this is the breakpoint is every time we get a key sequences, it's going to stop. And so we can take a look at whatever the variable here. N is that the indexes into the sequences, and then X is whatever the key get we come back with. So suppose if we hit a smaller one, a short one, it will return S. If we hit a long one, this X will return L. Okay, and then the whole sequences will get squeezed into this short or long sequences. So I'm going to start it. All right, so the thing is started. I will place a short one. Then the machine stop at the breakpoint because you get one key in. And if you notice that the N become 1 is the first characters coming in, and the sequences is here, and the character X is the output of the key get is S. And the sequences, we don't know it yet, but the sequences, if we break it down, it's going to be, I didn't clear it because it will still have the previous stuff on the sequences yet. But because it's N is 1, we know this is that the original 0 is S. Okay, what I should do is I should clear out the whole sequences to start with, but this was coming from my previous exercises. Anyway, you should be able to try those things out. Okay, so I'm going to start it again, resume it again, and hit another long one. Okay, so I got a long one, and this will be the N increment to second indicates that I already got 2 of them in my sequences. Okay, so I got a short and long, and if you look into the sequences, they should have S and L in there. Okay, and S and L. Now the previous result was S. I'm going to change this. I'm going to input another one, make it a long one. So this is L. So we got 3 of them. They should S, L, L. Okay, they'll get changed. All right. So that's a very simple one to get you at least get something to going. And on this one, because we don't really have a timeout of the inter-character timeout, so you won't be able to separate out. It's a 2 pieces of the sequences, 2 bits of the sequences, or it's a 5 bit sequences. Any event, that's something that you could figure out. Also, one more thing. If you're going to do a polling, then this is a blind delay stuff, and you might try to see if you can get to that when it's wait until the whole thing goes back to 0. And what that means, having a better control of this short and long. In any event, hope you have something you can get started with. Okay.